moving forward, like it seems like that's all you're focused on is all of that. And you've really taken your health to like the next level, and you've seen it. Like when we first met you at the Super Bowl this past year, you were showing us photos of you and sloppy guy. Yeah. Just kind of seemed like you're eating whatever, doing whatever. And you've been singing it, right? I mean, right? Sloppy those boy. Photos. I mean, you always kind of a built cat, but you know, there was some.
Don't backtrack. You just call me sloppy. Come on, man.
Yeah, there's some sloppiness going on in those photos. But you talk about Gary Brecka.
I'm never doing this podcast.
Yeah. You talk about Gary Brecka, man, and how he's essentially changed your life. How did you get on board with a guy like that? How did that whole process happen for you?
There's a girl named Carrie Kasem. I don't know if you guys are probably too young, but Casey Kasem used to have a radio show called Casey Kasem's Top 40. Every week he broke down the top 40 songs in the country. He was also the voice for Scooby-Doo. Shaggy on Scooby-Doo. And, his daughter and I have been friends for many years. And she's hardcore, but she's kind of a hippie, you know what I mean? She's into all the holistic shit. I didn't believe in that stuff 2 years ago. I thought it was all a crock of shit. Now it's all I believe in. Mm-hmm. I'm one of these guys. Show me. Prove it to me. You're telling me that it's this way, but you have to prove it to me. So I finally decide to hook up with this guy because he was doing IVs. My son, we went down to Miami for his 21st birthday, so we needed IV people because we're down there doing whatever. And he comes in with his team, and he does my blood work. When he walked me through my blood work, guy had no medical history on me or my family or anything. He told me everything that was wrong with me, and he told me what was wrong with my parents, and he was dead on right. And it was a really trippy experience. And he basically said, if you listen to me for the next 12 weeks, I'll change your whole life. And I was like, I can do anything for 12 weeks. So I went in. It didn't even take 12 weeks. In 4 weeks, I started to feel different and started to feel better. And some of the things that were wrong with me started to go away and all this other shit. And then I'm so in on this right now. If this guy called me right now and said, fucking squirt hot sauce in your eyes, and, I would fucking do it.
Right.
But, yeah, this guy is a genius. And I've seen him help not just me, but so many other people, including people that are close to me. So he is the real fucking deal. And again, you go out on the internet and you hear other people, whatever, talking about this guy's a scam artist, he's a scammer. Okay, then don't do it.
Right.
Nobody's fucking telling you to fucking do this. Go see your doctor. See how that fucking works out for you. Good luck to you.
Yeah, because you had a video recently too. Hey, listen, not a doctor. I'm not telling you guys do this, do that, whatever. But you did this water fast, and now I'm fascinated from this water fast. What was it, 86 hours?
I did 86 hours, but it's a 72-hour fast. And basically it's all water. So this was done by doctors. They've got studies that are done on this out of Boston, where if you water fast for 7 days, it gives you an over 70% chance of not getting cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and many, many other nasty shit. They've done a study on animals and humans. So I talked to Gary about it, and Gary's like, it's absolutely legit. And but you don't have to do 7 days. You can do 72 hours, and he walked me through how to do it. And what's crazy about it is when you do it, you get absolutely fucking shredded. You get so ripped.
But I saw the before and after.
But that's not even what it's about.
About hitting it right before Thanksgiving.
It's about the inside is what you're doing it for. So, there's all these philosophies. And listen, again, I'm no doctor and whatever. I just regurgitate what I'm told. And this was from the doctors from Boston. So it's like cold plunging. When you go in and you cold plunge and you put your body through adversity, right? You're in 50-degree water for 3 minutes. Your body starts to think it's dying, and your body fights back. So your liver secretes this shock protein that's incredible for your body, inflammation, anti-age, all kinds of shit, right? You do that every day, you become absolutely addicted to it. So when you do the water fast, basically what happens is when you stop eating, your body starts trying to defend itself. Are we starving? Are we this? Are we that? So it starts shedding all the bad dead cells in your body, and it starts generating new cells and starts to fight. Are we going to starve? Are we going to this, that? And that's how it fights cancer and all these other nasty illnesses. How does that not make sense? And then when you talk about fasting and you talk about where we come from and how we've evolved, right? Back in the day, they would go out and hunt and kill something, right? There was no refrigeration. There was no freezer. You went back and you ate the food. And you didn't eat again until you hunted again.
Yeah.
Right? So these people would essentially fast until they hunted again and ate. How does that not make sense either? And when you're sitting on the couch on a podcast and you're fucking talking about this, you're like, Jesus Christ, I don't know if I could not eat for 72 hours. I mean, 2 years, Dana, 2 years ago would have said, that's fucking ridiculous. Why would I not eat for 3 fucking days unless I was on a deserted island or something, you know?
Yeah.
And then once you do it, the level of clarity that you get, it's fucking, and I hate even saying this in front of people, let alone on a fucking podcast, because I sound like a fucking hippie. But you get into this like Zen state, euphoric, like fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it. You have to do it to believe it. But fucking Erica did it too. A lot of the people here now at UFC are doing the
Do you
thing.
like it?
Yeah, no, it's totally worth it. Like internally, externally. Like,
First 24
Look at her.
hours.
She just got off it too. I mean, yeah. So I don't want to throw her personal shit out there, but her weight, her whole life, she's been at a certain weight. When she did this thing, she broke the lowest weight she's ever been as a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Broke through the barrier. How's the first 24 hours?
The first 20, it was good for me because I do the intermittent fasting anyway.
Yeah.
So I've gone when I fly, I do the whole Gary Brecka system when I fly now too. So when you fly, like I went to Australia, I went to Abu Dhabi, I just did it to New York. You don't eat, you fast on the plane, and there's these hydrogen bottled water things that turn your water, your bottled water into hydrogen water, and you just drink that the whole way. And then when you land, you adjust to the time zone. It's fucking incredible. I've done it 3 times now on crazy flights, and it absolutely.
So where you're not getting the jet lag?
Mm-hmm. So you don't get jet lag. Yeah.
And is it like a machine
And
that
I've been doing it.
you
Yeah.
put it in there?
I
and-
just bought one that's a liter. These
Yeah.
ones were small ones. Now I got the liter. Yeah. This is how fucking crazy into this shit I am.
Yeah,
now.
it
Like,
seems like you were telling me about your routine that you go through on a daily basis. You do it like religiously.
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 And I feel like I'm fucking in my 20s again, man. Swear to God.
But you got the juice. You definitely got the energy. We started this podcast off
with
fun.
a banger.
yeah.
With an absolute banger.
And you were with me half the night last night playing
Yeah.
fucking cards, and I was back in here this morning, and I'll be back in here tomorrow.
What
and-
time did you get up this morning?
Well, I slept in late today.
Mm-hmm.
I got up at 7:30, so I slept in late today.
He walked out of the Red
He
Rocks
said I
at like
slept in late
2:30, 3
today.
o'clock.
Yep.
And it's like non-negotiables. Like, what are your non-negotiables in the morning for somebody who's listening, being like, I love the energy, I love where he's at.
Yeah.
What are the little things I can do now just for me to kind of be better?
I have the pad in my bed that alkalines your body. I come straight here. I do the cold plunge. I do the steam. I do the oxygen therapy. I do the red light, and then I do my workout. And on the days, because I work out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I don't work out again until Saturday, and then every day is recovery. So I do recovery every single day. So on days that I work out and do recovery, it's 2 hours of my morning. And then on days that I just recover, it's 1 hour of my morning.
So if you're somebody listening to this podcast, balling on a budget, what's like the number one thing to you that you're like, if you want to just change one thing and do it consistently, what would that be?
And that is the hard part, and it's the thing that kills me, is because I talk about this so much because I want to share this with other people. And I want people that are listening to know when you're seeing that doctor and the shit that you're telling them is wrong with you, and they can't fix it, and it never gets better, but they just keep adding more and more pills to your fucking pile that you're
Right.
taking, and it makes you feel even shittier.
Mm-hmm.
There is hope. You don't have to feel this way. There's other guys out there like Gary Brecka, right? There's a guy, will you go grab that book that's on my counter? You know the one I'm talking about, right? The books that I have. Nicole has one. Bring it in here. Because people that can't afford Gary Brecka, I always tell people to watch Gary's podcast. He's at Gary Brecka on Instagram. And there's another guy that Joe's had on that everybody tells me this book is incredible. And I buy this book and I give it to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I do this because I want to share this with people. But like the pad that I put in my bed, Gary says you take your shoes off and you walk in the grass. And
Grounding.
it's the electricity exactly
Yeah.
from the earth. And then if you don't have a cold plunge, jump in your fucking pool when it's cold out, or put some ice in a bucket, in a barrel.
Cold shower.
And cold plunge, cold shower, all these type of things that you can do. The red light therapy, get out in the sun, even when it's cold out. Gary always talks about first sun in the morning is the best. And, so there's alternatives like this. And then there's this book. This book is called Outlive. I'm going to give everybody in here one, too. I just bought 10 more. I never met this guy, don't know this guy. I make no money off this shit. I make no money off any of this shit. In fact, I pay Gary Brecka. full boat. Okay. I'm telling you this and I'm saying this to you because you can tell that I'm super passionate about it and it's real and it works. But this is called Outlive, the science of art and the art of longevity. Peter Attia, sorry if I'm butchering your name, buddy.
Attia.
Peter Attia, MD. Everybody tells me that this book is incredible. And even Gary, that's the other thing that I love about Gary Brecka. Gary Brecka doesn't shit on other people and go, no, only my stuff will do this. Gary's like, this guy is brilliant. This guy's good, and this guy knows exactly what he's talking about. Gary is that type of guy. So there you go. Outlive. If you can't afford to do a lot of this stuff, check out Gary's podcast and his stuff and read Outlive by Peter Attia.
I think this is a lot about Brecka, the way you say he doesn't talk about other people. I've worked with some people like doing the blood work and all that, trying to stay ahead of the chains with football. And it seemed like most of the people I worked with, if I brought up somebody else, they're like, no, fuck that guy. Because everyone at the end of the day is trying to make money as well. But I hear Brecka on, the Rogan podcast, and you think about the rivalries within the game that people are living. And he talks about Andrew Huberman. He's like, guy's awesome. Guy understands his shit. Like, he knows what he's doing. So that probably says a lot about him.
The first thing, honestly, other than when this guy started walking through the blood work, first thing I noticed about him, other doctors, and he says, listen, when doctors go, they don't study human biology the way that they used to and everything else. He works with doctors who work. Everybody who has other opinions, he's like, no, he doesn't shit on anybody, ever. Like, no, not that guy. My ways. Gary is the exact opposite. It's one of the things that I extremely respect about the guy.
Yeah.
So he speaks very highly of this guy.
When you talk about Brecka and he gave you like when you're essentially going to die, he said you had like 10, 11 years to live.
10.4.
What was like your first thought when you heard that? Was it still in your mind, this is guy's a load of shit, like you have to show me? Or was 100%. That like the wake up thing?
No, it wasn't a wake up because I wasn't a believer yet. Make me believe. Then I'll say, oh shit, I got 10 years left. So then after I started doing his stuff, you know what I believe? I believe I didn't have that long. I think Gary was being nice. I don't think I had 10.4 years. I was fucking bad. And I think that, there might be a lot of people out there listening right now that, when you're a man and you got shit going on with you, you fucking deal with it. Boo-hoo. My fucking legs are fucked up. My this, that. You try to talk to a doctor, they don't fix you. It's just like, there's two things. Number one, I'm a man. I got to do what I got to do. I got to get up every day and deal with life.
Yeah.
Number one. And number two, maybe this is how fucking 50 feels. I'm 50 now. Is this how 50 feels? It must be. That's what you start to think. It is the furthest thing from the truth. And now I tell Gary all the time, I'm like, I feel fucking incredible. I feel 20. And he's like, no, you don't. You don't feel incredible. This is what normal feels like. This isn't incredible. This is normal. This is what you're supposed to feel like. And it's all fascinating. He's a fascinating dude. I hope that this dude lives to be a fucking 100 because a lot of people need him.
Yeah, there's a book called Lifespan where a guy talks about that. Like, if you can do fasting and do basic things, like, and you can start to feel that normal you're talking about, like 100, 110 is like essentially the new 70, and like so on and so forth. 70 is the new 40 and all that.
Well, if you look at the generation before us, right? You got Clint Eastwood right now that's fucking 93 years old, still doing it.
He's a mayor of a town.
Still doing it. Well, he was. He's not now.
He's not anymore.
Still making movies, still doing his thing. You got Gene Hackman still alive. I don't know the state of Gene Hackman. I haven't seen him in a while, but he's in his fucking 90s. He's still alive. Bob Arum. I hate this motherfucker. Bob Arum, right? Let me tell you about Bob Arum. You go back and research anything about Bob Arum and me talking about him. I can't stand him, whatever. I have to give him the respect. I'm at the Aces playoffs, so the WNBA champions, the Las Vegas Aces. I'm at the playoff game. It's 8:30 at night. Now you got to pull up to the stadium in the back, and you got to walk quite a ways. I look over across the thing. It's 8:30. Bob fucking Arum is sitting at the fucking 91, 92 years old at the Aces game. I'm like, you got to be shitting me, right? A week later, he's in fucking Saudi Arabia watching the fucking fights in Saudi Arabia. He's 90 fucking 2 years old.
He's ripping. He's moving around.
You gotta respect it.
You gotta respect it.
Right?
Gotta respect
it.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying these guys from this generation now are already living into their 90s and flying to fucking Saudi Arabia to watch fights.
How long you trying to live?
I don't give a fuck how long I live. I want a good quality of life.
Yeah.
I want a good quality of life. You know what I don't want? Hey, Dana's 86. He's still alive. Fucking sitting in a wheelchair, drooling on myself in the
Right.
fucking living room. You know what I mean?
86 at the high roller,
I
still
want,
fucking.
yeah. I want to
Hey,
be
we
in the
got the
high
after
limit
party,
room
boys.
working on his $8.3 million that we've won over the last fucking 20 years.
Let's fucking go with that. I can get on board with that.